I'll share with you my love story. You might not see it that way, but the more I think about it, the more sense it makes. Have you ever felt like you were jumping in without a parachute face first, eyes wide open, understanding that below is cold, hard earth, setting up a pathway for my own demise? And here I thought I was so wise. Jumping in without a parachute face first, eyes wide open, understanding that below is cold, hard earth. I can see why Adam didn't take a stand, taking the forbidden fruit out of his wife's hand. Lips so sweet and sultry, who could resist biting from the apple after just one kiss? 1,000 times I ended, but only in my head. This must be the rush you get from playing Russian roulette. Jumping in without a parachute, face first, eyes wide open, understanding what's ahead is bound to hurt, setting up a pathway for my own demise. And here I thought I was so wise. Because I know who I am. I see all my flaws. The person I am, the person I want to be. I know who I am. The secrets I keep, I share with myself. I know who I am. But with that knowledge and all the expectations I put on myself to be that me that I could look at proudly, I still find myself falling into a proverbial sleep where who I am is diminished by who he wants me to be. Thanks, Eve. You had to go and eat from that tree. That curse that's on you was also on me. That need that I have to be loved by a man. That desire to give that man all that I have. But each time I come out empty, all my cards on the table while he holds his close where I can't even peek at what he has. I'm wide open while he gives me bits and pieces I put together to make up a story that only makes sense to me. And that's what I believe. Believing that lie that the time is not right, that I'm everything he needs, that he doesn't deserve me. You know what? He's right. And if he doesn't think he deserves me, then why am I trying to convince him otherwise? That just makes me a fool. Thanks, Eve. The curse that's on you was also on me, and women's lib has left me overeducated and knowing too much for my own good. You see, the wool can't be put over my eyes unless I allow it. What I don't understand is why I allow it. So today, I take a stand. I'm a woman and I'm not going to lie and say I don't want a man. I still believe in love and I believe there's someone out there that's going to love and appreciate all that I am. I will not become a bitter woman because of my own choices in men. But I do have to say, thanks, Eve. Why not blame Eve? I blamed Eve. I blamed my ex-husband. I blamed anyone and everyone I could possibly blame. Everyone but me. But then one day, slowly, I woke up like from a dream that lasted way too long and fuzzy thoughts overtaken by reality. Slowly, I opened my eyes, forced to see the truth, and I wondered where I'd been all my life. Like morning sun through open blinds, burning my eyes, my dreams filled with lilies and rainbows and children making good choices and growing old together with the husband of my youth. But I woke up to a nightmare, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to blaming Eve, because what I do and don't do affects so many. The choices I made, all my mistakes, seem to be plastered on a big screen where everyone can see and judge me, drawing conclusions from my misery, picking at my wounds with their misconceptions. I can't go back to sleep because sleeping only makes things worse, and now I have to deal with the consequences of my slumber. So now, I create a new reality, a conscious one. This is my canvas, and I hold the brush. And with that brush, I painted my pain. You might not understand because there's things in my life that don't make sense to anyone but me. My logic, the pain I feel, that sinking empty feeling that I ask God to fill. My heart hurt, but on the outside I was straight. But if you could see my pain, if you could see my pain, it was bruises and blood-stained clothes, hair matted, eyes swollen shut, big ugly scars across my face, and body still bleeding. There I was like a rape victim, completely exposed to the elements, heart bleeding, not fresh red blood, but old black blood that never drained before, clogging up my heart, keeping me from feeling the agony of lost dreams. So I stood there in the middle of the room screaming, "Help me! Take this pain from me!" And nobody heard me screaming, and nobody saw the pus oozing where infection set in under untreated wounds covered in bandages of relationships that left me questioning my own worth. And those who said they loved me couldn't even understand my pain, my agony, because it only made sense to me. So I cried out to God, and He filled me with His peace. Though my heart still ached, I knew God understood my pain, and His love would heal my heart and make me whole again. When the only one you could cry out to is God, that's where my love story begins. When I finally turned to the one that had been courting me my whole life, and I allowed him to fill the empty places in my heart, the places I expected a man to fill that really belonged to him. That's when I fell in love with Jesus, the one that would never break my heart. And it's from that place that healing began. And this is what healing feels like when you let it take its course, without band-aids or distractions, without any other source. And this is what healing feels like when you trust solely in God and allow your heart to mend, nothing, no one holding on. And this is what healing feels like without drugs to ease the pain, without no one to hold on to, without anyone to blame. And this is what healing feels like when you finally let it go and allow your heart to feel, let emotions overflow. And this is what healing feels like, roller coaster up and down. But before you know it, you're standing on solid ground. And this is what healing feels like, holding steady through the fight. When you turn from what comes natural, holding fast to what is right. And this is what healing feels like. And the mending soon will start as God stitches up the damage and creates a brand new heart. This is my love story.